কিতা প্রবলেম কিতা আপনি কোকা আগে উনি
প্রবলেমটা আপনি যেটা দেখাইলা টেলিভিশনও মানুষে কইলা বক্তব্য দিলা যে বিগত 2 মাস হয়ে গেছে বার্মিংহাম সিটি কাউন্সিল ইজ ওয়ান অফ দ্য লার্জেস্ট সিটি কাউন্সিল অথরিটি উইথিন ইউরোপিয়ান কান্ট্রি তা আমরা ও হেডলাইনও ওটা এবার লাগি আমরা ও বার্মিংহাম সিটি কাউন্সিল লার্জেস্ট অথরিটি ইসিনি যে ইন্টারন্যাশনাল হেডলাইন রয়েছে বার্মিংহাম যে ডাস্টবিন কালেকশন না ময়লা আবর্জনা স্তূপ বড় বড় উন্দুর এখন
কিতা লাগি হইল ওটা কোকা
হয়েছে তো ফেইলার অফ দি অথরিটি যারা অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশন আছেন বর্তমানে যারা আছেন লেবার অ্যাডমিনিস্ট্রেশন আছেন তারা টোটালি তারা ফেল করছেন বিকজ এটা তো একদিনে হয়েছে না জমাটা তারা যে ডিল করা যে পে যারা মানে স্ট্রাইক করছে যারা ওয়ার্কার হলে তারা লোক তো তারা 2 মাস 3 মাস 6 মাস এর আগে আরো 4 বার হয়েছে কিন্তু স্ট্রাইক এটা নতুন কিছু না স্ট্রাইক আরো 4 বার হয়েছে 5 বার হয়েছে এটা আপনি হিস্ট্রি টুকে দেখো একবার 1 মাস হলো হয়েছে কিন্তু এটা বারবার কেন রিপিট হইতো কি তাহলে সো টোটালি এটা ফেইলার অফ দ্য মানে একটা অথরিটি কারণ তারা অ্যাড্রেস করতে পারেন না মানুষ তো ট্যাক্স
But you guys love Labours. You just vote Labours every time, blindless. So this is that's why you suffer.
I used to be
No, because everybody, 99.9%, 90%, 80%. You just
you can say in authority might not used to be they used to love
majority of the Labour Council went bust. Even Croydon went bust. Everybody went bust. But Bengali seems to still love Labour.
As a consequence of this,
well, they should learn.
Mismanagement. Okay, you need to see. We have to wait until the next election. Okay, mayor election upcoming.
So 5 months, okay. They could not solve this bean problem.
They could not. And
why not?
Well, they could hire. They can arrange the private sector to deal with this. They couldn't do it. They were the bankruptcy হয়ে গেছে আপনার সিটি কাউন্সিল 2021 সালে তারা bankruptcy ঘোষণা করছে এটা লার্জেস্ট অথরিটি তারা ফান্ডিং হয়ে পাইব তারা তো কোনো না কোনো বাইতে কাট ডাউন করিয়া এগুলা অধিক সধিক করিয়া তারা এগুলা করে তো পে ডিলের যে বিষয়টা হইলো তারা ওয়ার্কার হলো না আগে তারা সমাধান হলো 5 মাস আগে হলো নাকি তার লাগে দিস দ্য রেসিডেন্ট অফ আপনার বার্মিংহাম সিটি কাউন্সিলর তারা বড় কোয়েশ্চন হইলো তারা এখানে ডিল করতে পারলো না তারা কথা হইলো গিয়া যে এবং কাউন্সিল ট্যাক্স করা হয়েছে এখানে সো এই হইলো অবস্থা বার্মিংহামের যে চারিদিকে ময়লার আবর্জনা হেলথ হ্যাজার্ড একটা দেশও আমরা থাকলাম একটা ওটা গণতান্ত্রিক দেশও একটা বসবাস করলাম আপনি ওকে হেলথ হ্যাজার্ড করা ওয়ার্নিং দেওয়া হয়েছে বাচ্চা কাচ্চা স্কুলে যেতে পারছে না ওর সব প্রবলেম হয়েছে তারা স্কুলে যেতে পারছে না কিছু জানেননি তাই না এবং তারা হেলথ স্মেল বুঝছেন নি এই যে বড় বড় উন্দুরের গর্ত হয়ে গেছে এটা হয়ে গেছে ডাস্টবিন এবার খালি এটা না কমার্শিয়াল ক্ষেত্রে যারা বড় বড় রেস্টুরেন্ট সকল আছে বড় বড় 5-স্টার হোটেল সকল আছে তারা যে ময়লা স্তূপ আবর্জনা জল হয়েছে তারাটা কোনো কালেকশন হয়েছে না হ্যাঁ কোনো ক্ষেত্রে হয়েছে তারা প্রাইভেটলি করছে দে হ্যাভ টু পে এক্সট্রা ফর দ্যাট ওকে but not city council arrange this okay so these are the very serious issue and I think whoever is in the authority they have to pay the serious consequence in the upcoming election
ডাক্তার সাহেব আপনি বলুন
I have taken a special interest as what has been happening to Birmingham city and city council as we know city council or other government organization cannot go bankrupt. But what Birmingham City Council has done, declared Rule 114, which is essentially equivalent to bankrupt, saying that we cannot fulfill our commitment anymore. So why has that happened? We've been saying about the inefficiency and other things about the Birmingham City Council. It is not entirely their fault. What has happened, the equal sex pay was an issue for a long time. And Birmingham City Council, they estimated it would be about 122 million pound. And they arranged that money to sort it out. But what has gone wrong? The accountancy was not up to the date. The 122 million turned into 760 million pound. Not double, not triple, 4 times. So suddenly, it was 460 million pound they needed to satisfy the equal salary for male and female. Okay. Secondly, what I understood, it was with good intention, they wanted to improve the this computer system, digitalization, and
But what
it-
all
it
this
was-
got to do with collecting dust?
as a result, the money.
No, the result is different. We, as a council taxpayer, we pay for our bin to be collected, right? All these things sound good on a essay, on a computer systems, on a report comes from big Bagbies or a big accountancy firm. But when you pay a council tax, you pay for the police, you pay for the fire, you pay for the dustbin, you pay everything. So we are self-funding this is, we pay for it. So where is the problem? What you are trying to tell me, doctor, I am not convinced. You are telling me a Bible which I don't want to know.
We need the money.
Yeah, but money is we as a
Money
taxpayer, we are paying.
Money
We
spent
are
in the
paying.
wrong areas. Instead of spending on the bin collection,
Okay, so
Instead of
what happened to environmental health? Why
That
they
is-
not getting
that is where-
hold on? Why they not getting involved and say, right, we're going to prosecute you guys, council, because they work in the same department. The whole environment is messed up. Everything is messed up. The kids are messed up. Children's lives are in danger. Everything is in a mess. So what's happening? You tell me.
Yeah,
I don't
the-
want to know 700 million story. I don't want to know 400
at the
million
end,
story.
it
You
is
know.
£1 billion short.
Okay.
Now, this £1 billion, Birmingham City Council cannot generate on its own by taking even
Why
loan
not?
because nobody will give. Now, it is only the government. This is where it comes to the government. Birmingham City Council is run by the labor-dominated councillors.
Yes.
And we have got now British government
The central
run by the central government and the
central
Labour
is
Party.
Labour, yeah.
Now, this is where I
But
was, I
money
was
don't
making
grow,
the
grow in a
relation.
tree. They're not just going to give it to
Money
them.
has to be we need to get this money from somewhere.
When Boris Johnson
And-
was in power, Sadiq Khan needed money.
And
And he had to do deal to get the money. Sadiq had to do a deal
And
to
Birmingham
get the
City
money.
Council cannot generate this £1 billion at this stage.
So what
So
happens
it is
now?
only, what happens now, this is where it comes. Central government has to provide money in one or other way.
But
Then
doctor-
it comes to the bin
doctor,
people.
I'm sorry, you beat me. I don't understand. Why central government have to give money to the council to collect the bin?
You need to pay the bin men. They don't have the money to pay the bin men. These are simple. Bin men, they want that, well,
Okay. Can I just change the subject? If that is happening in Westminster, because we all Asians and a grey hair people lives in Birmingham, this is interest for the whole country, not only for the Birminghams, right? Forget about the council is now gone bust. We had similar problem time of Margaret Thatcher. What happened that time? Because it's the ethnic minority lives in that society in Birmingham majority, that's why nobody's bothered. তোমরা এখন ইন্দুরে দৌড়ানি না মানে গুড় গন্ধ করেন না সুইজের স্মেল করেন they're not bothered. কালকে সকালবেলা if British want to clear this, because in Britain 2 English word we came in for, one called protect and one called provide. The British should protect his citizen. I don't want to know nothing. You're a doctor, right? When I asked you a counsellor, I wanted to ask you, are you still with the medical council? And you thought I was asking about this because my daughter is a doctor. So that's what I wanted to ask you, but I think you just got it wrong way. Anyway, cut the story short, I just want to say, is it to do with, because we are all brand majority of them, that's why the central are not much interested, rotten like anything. What are we going to do? What are you going to do as a citizen of Birmingham? What are you going to do? What's your plan?
my plan is that as we are doing now, it is a public education. We should go and approach our MPs, our councillors. We'll approach, we voted
But 5 months you haven't been able to do much.
We've been doing.
And a month, 6 months, what are you going to do?
There was a meeting yesterday in Birmingham with with them,
Yes.
with the bin men, and it was almost went to the conclusion, but at the last moment it didn't do. But now I think I understand from yesterday it will go to Akhast for mediation. And this is one thing, and I live in Edgbaston, and I know that some people are coming and they're collecting the bin once a week. So it is not as bad situation it used to be a few weeks ago. So things are
are
progressing.
improving. Things are improving.
Improving.
Good.
And I think it will improve with the time.
Okay.
And
And are you going to
I
learn
want
some-
to point it out to the government because it is not the council's responsibility.
Yes.
It's equal pay, this computer and old age.
I agree with all of this, but
all
that's
these
not
things.
relevant to
but
this.
It is the government. At the end, is the responsibility of our government.
It's a human health, brother.
It is true. That's
It doesn't
what I'm
make
saying.
no difference what the computer
this
science
this
is saying.
So there are flies, there are insects, rats. Rats carry about 70 types of organisms. Plague, the Black Death in 18th century,
Yes.
which killed about 1/3 of the population of Europe, as from the rat, from the
Yes.
plague. And we are facing the similar way. The infection, gas, what we call carbon dioxide and methane, is coming out of the rotten vegetables, and it is floating in the air, and people are getting the chest infection,
Ji.
mental health issues, and all these things are happening. What can we do? And today we have come from Birmingham over here is with one thing that will produce this
Thank you.
in the
Thank you.
media.